Alrighty, and here we go. Demigod defense versus SFU on attack. Now, this is SFU Pink. There have quite a few teams on this Southern Fraser team, but we're going to be getting into Breeze as our map number 1. Arguably, Breeze starting us off in a best of 5, I think does a lot for these teams to figure out exactly the strategies that they're going to want to pull out here. But at the end of the day, it's all about how they actually like to play and what the plan of attack is for these teams. So with that in mind, let's hope that we're going to be seeing some good gameplay coming out from both of these sides. Of course, Demigods starting off on defense does give them the opportunity to really prove what kind of aggression they're going to be pulling off. But if I want to say anything, it's the fact that SFU Pink, they have some heavy hitters on this team. Kane especially is one of those players that I've seen throughout. Previously, Kane has played on other tier 3 teams as well as other collegiate teams, but primarily you might recognize him from the team Torch. But as we are getting into this round, as the bomb is down and the default is underway, we're seeing Slayer taking it slow up mid with the Cypher, trying to maybe decipher where are these defenders playing, which person is on which angle. And Halls, a recent re-addition to the game, is getting pushed up here by Timothy Johnson and Matt. But look at that shot. One there. Matt grabbing and might be able to keep it going. Here's a big push. We do see Kaho jetting onto the site, and that's going to be a nice headshot down. Dang, right onto T-Salad, but Slayer lives up to his name, grabs it, but this is Timothy Johnson. We saw what they could do. He got the first blood, and now he's on a flank. Now, they should be expecting this, but United over here on Bridge trying to bait out some attention towards this area with the Owl drone, but they're not actually spotting out much. Of course, in a 3v4, it's all about how you take the timings, and that's why Timothy Johnson grabs Kane. We do see United wanting to get one, and yes, Will might be able to get two, but no, Super Glow is glowing right now, but unfortunately 6 feet down, leaving us now in a 1v1 Jet v Jet. Timothy Johnson versus Kaho, the one who got on and the one who got off. That's the pick, that's the clutch, and that is Demigods losing pistol round, and SFU Pink starting off strong here. Now, we are seeing a decent push up here for the side of Demigods. What is the strat? Well, it looks like they actually are planning on rushing out B main, and that could open the door for quite a bit of blood early into this round, as they are now going out of B and into elbow, and elbows right to the face. Kaho's taking out Timothy Johnson again and again. Another pick onto Matt. That's 2 down for the price of none, and that's Super Glow grabbing 1, Kaho grabbing their 3rd. And T-Salad, now the final player, needs to just focus on getting out of here with a kill. And unfortunately, it will be a flawless round on the way. And Demigod's defense weren't able to get a single kill during their save round, but they do get a full buy this time. Timothy Johnson, they get to pull out an op, no armor. This is the glass cannon strat we all know, we all love, but it's not quite done yet. What we do have to experience is, what is the answer? Is it a bonus? Is it going to be these 3 Guardians coming in clutch? Obviously, a Guardian is quite a weapon to try to go up against a op. I think that they, maybe level the playing field, although there's a large gap between the economies, but with no armor, how are they going to play it out? They recognized last time that there was a lot of movement in Halls. This time, not going to happen. But look at Timothy shooting Slayer right in the back. Taking out that KO is massive. But where is the bomb? And look at this. Kaho wants to try to get a trade, wants to try to make this work, but very concerned for that. Jet will use their final smoke here. This is going to be a B execute. Super Glow right around the corner. Might be able to get some kind of info. He's trying to maybe bait out some rotations here, and we can see on that mini map that things are getting rotated on. The Jet has left A, the Sova is leaving towards mid, and this will be a re-hit over on A. Super Glow taking it slow, wants to just try to open the door for their team. This is their buy round, or actually this is their bonus round, so the more damage they can do, the better. SFU Pink They're going to be starting off strong as they push right on into this. And, oh, Matt actually spots out the jet, but does not realize that they go into cleavage. And this could be a one tap for both the jets, but one is left standing. Timothy Johnson now spots another. A beautiful body shot down will take out Kane. Super Stew is going to be cooked and leaving us now Super Glow to get one and done. Good attempt here from the side of attack on their bonus. They got 3 kills. They managed to take out quite a few players, but the op in the hands of Timothy was a little bit too powerful.
That goes there. This goes here.
And here we go. Now, with them splitting off, searching for clues, it's going to be a full buy, and it's going to see who's going to be on top by the end of it. I like the fact that we're seeing Demigod defense trying to get aggressive, but look at Timothy. You have an op, and wait, no, does he drop the op to somebody else before making a push like that? I can't tell, but Kaho is going to be able to use those knives to get another pick, and that is 2 down, 3 down. Oh my god, the knives are flying. The Blade Storm is on the forecast, and now there's only one player remaining, the Reyna, for the side of Demigods. And if Demigods wants to take this, they're going to have to take it slow. And yep, it is Matt who manages to get the op. If they can save it, which is very tough to do, they will be looking clean by Kaho. A 4K for them today and a flawless round again for SFU Pink. That's looking pretty clean. Now, what's the strategy moving into this next round? It's Kaho, 11-1, carrying this team, full buys. And you know that if this one team, if this one side of Demigods wants to continue to get rounds this game, they're going to have to go for another save, which, yes, is unfortunate, but understandable. Well, actually, maybe not a full save as I anticipated. They are in enough of an economy to get a Bulldog and a Marshall out, but what are they going to do with it? They are approaching mid, going right up against Super Glow. And Timothy almost gets that shot off. Super Glow is going to just reposition. The blind's too much, and they have to back up, but they can't get far enough away. And it looks like these Bulldogs and Marshalls are doing some damage. United takes out Super Stew, Super Glow. Anybody who's super is looking super dead right now, leaving us with Kaho on a beautiful lurk to try to get a pick, and could just get the flank in time. This might be a knife kill, but no. Trigger discipline is going to pay off with a 1 kill, but a little bit of a strange spray, leaving Kane all alone in a 1v2. Kane bringing the pain, gripping it down onto Timothy Johnson. Now it's just going to be the Sova, but the shock, no, the recon, it's failed, but that's the shock, and that's going to finish it off. So you might miss one piece of util, but you don't miss that one. This could be it. This could be a real pushback onto these teams, as we are seeing now 5v5. 2 ultimates are on the board compared to Sova's Hunter's Fury. Now, if Kane is able to have a bomb planted any direction, really, we saw how powerful he was with using utility to stop in the post plant. But they want to go B. And inside of B, you're going to find a jet, and that's what he's going to do. Timothy Johnson takes out Kaho, taking him down, and might be able to find another one through the smoke, but the blind comes through, and the shot does not. There's the shot, though. Super Glow takes out another, and this is now 1v2, and there's a pick, there's the trade, and that's it. We don't have anybody guarding B anymore, but T-Salad needs to wait for Reyna. Reyna currently in mid, taking their time, taking it slow, might be able to find some style of push. And there's a few picks, a few shots, I mean. T-Salad is going to scare Kane out. Kane is lucky enough to be deep enough in this cubby to not take any damage here. But they should know that the player is close, but they don't act on it. And Kane able to get the final pick, and SFU Pink able to get 4 rounds in the lead right now. And this is pretty scary stuff. I mean, looking at this next round, it's going to be a full buy. You have one team trying their best to keep up with SFU Pink, but this could be it. An ultimate coming out here from the KO. The null command is online, but Matt is even closer to shutting down these players and taking out Kaho. But look at that. Slayer doesn't even need to peek it. No one needs to see through these smokes to get these picks. What a round, leaving us now united. United he stands, and alone he is, as there's no shot that he's actually hitting here at all. That's all 5 just going a little bit south there. So could have been better, but we are seeing some picks coming out. So now the question is, Demigods, with that last round going to be a pseudo save, how are you going to be able to turn this around? Obviously, you see Himothy Johnson pulling out the op. The last time they won a round is when Himothy had an op and was able to drop 4 or 3 players. But they need to worry now. Kaho, 12-4. This player is carrying dramatically. You got Super Stu with an ultimate, soon to be Kane having that Hunter's Fury if they just get onto site. But the real question is if they do. I like the fact that we're seeing a mid push up here, and they are heard. Matt in halls knows that this is going to be a mid to a rush. An A shot comes out. Kaho takes out Salad. With Salad now gone, the bomb is planted and the post plant is aligned. But do they know about the Reyna on their flank? Reyna is going to be taking it pretty slow here. And as long as they get the angles, they should be all right. And there we go. Information gathered. Even a whole ultimate coming through, but watch out, you're flanked. And that's Matt taking out Kane, bringing the pain, but there's Super Glow doing the same, grabbing 1, grabbing 2. That is a clean amount of shots, and they might be able to keep it going. But there's Matt grabbing 1, and now has to ace this, but unfortunately has found a new place in this game, and that is going to be Demigods. Not able to secure that round. Decent amount of damage, but again, they're forced back to not having enough money to buy. And what's the plan? 1 to 7, we're seeing a huge gap in between these two teams, both on money and potentially on skill. Is that gap going to be closed soon? Of course, we're seeing, again, SFU Pink with their full buy getting full control over mid. And on Breeze, getting that full control, answers like these. That's 1, that's 2, but Matt is always behind Kane, bringing the pain. And again, another player not able to stay alive, leaving us with a clean amount of peaks. But that is the Sheriff in hand, grabbing 1, grabbing 2 with Matt's newfound gun. And there is only 2 remaining. The bomb is downed, and Kaho is on a flank, not expected, but unfortunately just given up that position with those shots. Kaho does have knives if they want to pop it, but they're just going to trust this Vandal. They're facing off against people with 3 ultimates on the board, none of which are going to get used here. Super Stu making some noise, drops down into main, should be able to grab this bomb. And if Kaho is the smarter player, we'll just leave. They can just grab the bomb and go A. Unfortunately, no one's really guarding it, but Kaho sticks it a little bit too long, and sticking around, you're going to find out. So what's the plan? A 1v3 with Super Stu at the helm, has 1 away from an ultimate after they get the bomb plant. So they're not going to be able to pull that out quite yet. Very unfortunate for them. So they're going to have to get aggressive here. And going right up into mid against a Cypher that gets all of the information. They know exactly where Super Stu is going to be playing, and Super is going to be praying that his lineups work. No, he baits out the lineup, so that might force them to push in. A smart play, baiting out the information gain. But the second you start shooting through, the second the spam comes through, are we going to see a pick? We do, but the bomb is defused, and Demigods gets their 2nd round of the day, and an amazing one at that. So now we're at 2 to 7. Now we're seeing some real pushback for these teams. They've managed to do a solid job at scaring these players away 1 step at a time, but I want to see more from some of these players. I want to see more from players like Super Stu. Yes, he hasn't gotten a lot of opportunities to clutch because Kaho is carrying their team so well, but it's also about getting that ultimate down. It's the first time we're seeing it, and talking about the Viper Pit, it is going to be popped over on B, and this is going to be very interesting to see how this goes through. But with this being a slow round for both sides. How is this default going to come through? We have an ultimate orb getting gathered. They're trying to just pick up the pieces slowly in this default. And they know that A is not where the Viper Pit is. So most likely they're still going to try to execute this. And they're going to start off with the Owl Drone. The Owl Drone might be able to find some kind of information for them. We're seeing a decent amount of shots fired. And that's going to be the shot that is heard around the breeze. There we go. One pick. They might be able to find more. Kane grabbing Matt. Lots of shots are keeping it going. They're able to find a few more. We are seeing a full rotation away. The ultimate, the Viper Pit that was scaring people away from B is gone, especially when Super Stu makes sure that T Salad is looking a little bit shattered there, leaving us now in a 2v4. Unfortunately for Demigods, SFU Pink is just taking the lead here. This is looking pretty clean.
Spike planted.
Let's see this. We are going to be seeing a rotate coming through here. Few shots coming around. No, a full save. Not a single person wants to peek into this. Demigods is going to have to just allow this round to go. And that's yet another round that Demigods is not able to secure 2 in a row, which is going to impact them on the economy side fairly well. Unfortunately, though, they are saving an op. So if you're our SFU Pink, you're happy that you're, 6 rounds up, but it's not going to be that great. You are set back a little bit here.
Poison's off.
This is actually going to be a timeout called here from the side of defense, from Demigods. What is the strategy that they can try to come up with? Obviously, they are going to be tossing the op over to Matt and allowing the knives to come out from Himothy. We saw that in round number 6. But this time, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm hoping that if you are popping those knives, you're not getting aggressive. The last time we saw the strat pull out, we saw them run it down into B main and immediately get punished by Kaho. So with those knives, you're going to have to play it in maybe some open areas, maybe rely on the fact that the knives have very little to no damage drop off, that you have the ability to just toss them from across, maybe take mid control with that information. But with that being said, Himothy Johnson's not quite dead yet. We're going to be seeing Demigods on map 1 taking this timeout, taking their deep breath as they go for the plunge here. This could be the last, 2 rounds of this half, and we're about to jump into our next half where, yes, we can see this team do well on attack, but can they do as well as SFU Pink? In a 9-3, the only opportunity that you really have to bring it game back like that is going into overtime. So they're shooting for an 8-4. They don't want a 9-3. They don't want a 2-10. I mean, that's on the table too, but we're seeing all of SFU Pink running it down. They want to get up close and personal here, but that's United taking out Kaho. Beautifully played by them. We are going to be seeing some flashbangs come through. They actually spot out 1, spot out 2, and that's going to be a double down by Yellow. But Himothy Johnson does not get the knives anymore because of this ultimate. Luckily, Wick is going to be able to pick it up and get the pick. Now, we are having a Vandal in the hands of Himothy Johnson now. So they don't have to rely on these knives, but they're still going to be doing it. And ultimate is strong, and Wick is stronger. What a shot onto Super Glow, but look at this ultimate. Super Stu, with this Viper Pit, is going to try to scare these players away. And here we go. One big push up. Trying to get a few picks. Nice ultimate, but this is very much not going to find anything. And look at Kane, an op in the hands of a Sylva. You don't get to see it very often, but it's over. And attackers will guarantee that they get to 9. But will it be a 9-3 or a 10-2? It's the last round of the half. Matt has an ultimate. We actually have not seen this Empress come out a single time yet. And they even dropped the op all the way back into the waters of spawn. It's the last round. So It's kind of questionable that they don't want to bring an op in, but they're on attack, and they really have been taking these angles with just running gun strats, with quick corner peeks, with the ability to just have that mobility of the op. They should be able to find a few. And there's the shot. One down. Matt is taking out Kaho. We're seeing them push right back up. Matt's taking out Super Stu. The Empress finally out, but unfortunately out for the count. Super Glow is going to get the pick onto that. But wait a minute. We did see a bunch of damage dealt by Matt. And they have the info. Kane wants to push this out. And they're taking damage. Super Glow. One shot, two shot. They are gone. Defense will make this a 9-3. And they keep it up. They keep it moving. And they should be able to keep us into our next round with style. The pistol round of the second half is now here. Round number 13. I am seeing a lot of light armor being purchased up here, so we can expect a decent chunk of utility coming out from the Cypher, Silva, and Viper. But do they have the firepower to deal with this Jet? That is a Sheriff on the Jet. A very greedy buy, but understandably, as they just want to try to deal as much damage as humanly possible. You have, of course, Super Glow ready to set up as well over by Hallway. You know, we haven't seen a Cypher Hallway set up in over a year, so it's nice to see it back on the menu. There we go. Knives are out, shots are fired, and Slayer able to take out Matt with a clean one tap. But they need to find Timothy Johnson. That is their entry. And if they're allowed to rotate over to B, that could be a problem. So Super Glow up in Hall Heaven might be able to find something. This is a tall order coming out from the Hall player. And that is a tall order rejected, sent back to the chef. No one is cooking a day by T-Salad, making it a raw play. But wait a minute. We have Kane wanting to try to swing, but that smoke is just too strong. Unfortunately, it's not actually going to let him get any informations out of Hall because they assumed that it was going to be a push, but then now dropping out, rotating over. Cypher wants to try to open this up over on B and actually spots out Super Stu. Does a little bit of damage, but not enough to make it easy to take this site. But now with all this utility, they're just going to be dumping, running, and gunning. Super Stu up close and personal. Just trying to find something, but unfortunately, they're all pinched. Timothy Johnson is there, and that is it. Demigods on attack have managed to come out on top. Clean picks here. And SFU Pink, they have lost that. I don't assume that they're going to be forcing up. They're going to probably go for a full save right now. A full save with all of these rounds under their belt, more than smart. I mean, you're just going to have to give a little bit to take a lot. And they are a team that has the ability to really just turn this around. Look at this. SFU Pink trying to scare these players out. We do see Demigods maybe able to get a pick, but with how this is formatted, with how these players have been spread out, no one's pushing into this team yet, this attack. And the entirety of the default that we're seeing from SFU Pink is to just take it slow, is to just wait out some entry. But no one's showing up. So once it hits a minute on the clock, you're going to see that antsiness come through. Now Kahu is getting ready to get aggressive. Now Kahu might be able to find one, but no, the body shot does not land. And they are going to be tagged. And that tag in a horrible position against mid, who's able to just wall bang and take him out completely. And with 35 seconds, Timothy Johnson finally is dashing out. They're finally opening the door for some kind of pick here.
30 seconds left.
But it's not going to be easy to do. It's not going to be the best strategy, as Super Stu with the Silva Cane are kind of stuck here. But look at Super Glow. If only they brought a little bit more trigger discipline to that, they could have gotten more than just the one, but they are still getting the trades. It's a 3v3, and this defense by SFU Pink is opening the door for them to try to take it in, but Timothy Johnson needing to get these picks will spot out one, but unfortunately they spot out you right through the barrel of that Marshall. You're down, and there's T-Salad getting it. Holy, they've managed to kill everybody, leaving us now with Kane alone, and Kane, classic in hand, is getting a little bit aggressive here. 1-2. Why are they over aggressive? He didn't even stick it. He didn't even tap it. That's going to be felt by Demigods for the next few rounds, maybe even the next few games. This, of course, being a best of 5, they have the opportunity to try to take a deep breath getting in here, but you got to hand it to this team of SFU Pink. They have just stolen a round off of an E-kill. They were getting kills with classics more than we saw Demigods get kills with actual guns. They bought some Vandals to bring to that fray. So now it is 4-10. Over double the score line going over to SFU Pink at map 1, and Demigods needs to start turning this around as soon as possible. And there we go. A nice dagger is going to spot out the Cypher and the Viper. Two characters that are known for lurking. So are they going to see any rotates from that? Absolutely not. They know that this could be a big push into halls, though, and that's where Kane is going to be setting up a Caniac combo, going to be setting up a one, going to be trying to get a second, but Matt takes him down. What a pick coming through, and they're keeping this momentum going. I like what we're seeing, but it needs to get a little cleaner here for Demigods. They've lost one, their entry, their top frag for the price of a Sova. And yes, Kane might not be the highest tier player on this team when it comes to how many frags they're getting, first bloods and that like, but Kane is important to the retake, especially with his ultimate on the table. But wait a minute, we're seeing A still open for the taking. Super Stew and Slayer sitting up by stairs, waiting and lurking, needing to just find one more pick. And Wick is going to spot him out. Takes a little bit of damage too, but look at that lineup with the crosshair placement. Absolutely perfection from Slayer. But the flashbangs are still out. We're still needing to see this team push in, but they have no options. There's 20 seconds left, and they're down another one. Oh my, the Marshals tapping one, but the taps are coming through, and the taps are done. Defense will win it out for this team. And that is going to be a 4-11 score line, and they're just keeping it moving. They're keeping this team afloat, and most likely going to be shutting it out. So what's the strat? What's the play? 4-11. It's not looking ideal. Obviously, Demigods just had gotten a quick turnaround in those last 2 rounds over to SFU Pink, but it was all in the hopes that they could buy this round. It's all in the hopes that we can see Demigods on the attack try to penetrate through. But unfortunately, they're only going to be good for one as Matt is down, and Timothy Johnson actually manages to grab Kane. So that's 2 down for the price of 1. For 1, we're seeing a little bit of a trade-off. And with that trade favoring Demigods, are they going to be able to keep that momentum? The walls are out, but this lineup here, all of the information, Superglow knows that he's about to get pushed. And has positioned himself pretty clean, but what is this? Oh, he tried activating it, but unfortunately misclicked, and that's going to get him killed by Salad. A massive misplay from the Cypher that is so easy to do and understandable too. But wait, there's Slayer. In a 1v3, Slayer manages to spot out one, give up their position, and now has to push in where everybody is looking. All eyes are on him, but what a read! Slayer's grabbing 1, Slayer's grabbing 2! Slayer can honestly clutch this round and get us to match point advantage. Oh my god, Slayer just did it. Slayer is that guy! And Demigods, unfortunately, is not doing too hot. I don't think they're immortal anymore. I think that they have bled their last drop in map 1. They have no money next round.
Match point.
This is looking A little bit worse for wear. We are seeing a timeout being called. Demigods with the stress on their back in game one. I claimed that this is the last drop that they had. I could be wrong about that. I could see them having a little bit more, you know, the twist of fate, the string not cut, the team to try to turn this around. They need 8 rounds in a row, though. And 8 rounds in a row, you rarely see, unless you're in my pug games and on the enemy team. But right now, this is looking a little bit worse for wear. If SFU wants to take this, they're facing off against an attacking side that doesn't have a lot to actually fight back with. They bought out last round and they lost that money as well. So if they go into this next round, they're going to be trying to force up as much as they can. But at the same time, this attacking team, they have ultimates to work with. They have the Empress, and the last time Matt toggled that on, they were able to get a few picks. But Himothy cannot afford a buy. They're going to try their best to maybe get onto the picks, but they're taking it slow. And what a shot! The Outlaw is a gun that should be outlawed with a pick like that from Kaho, just doming this poor Sova. We're seeing them now move up. We're seeing a little bit more. Kane gets the pick right onto Matt. Slayer grabs Timothy Johnson. And there's only one remaining. The bomb is down. Wick has to manage to pick up this bomb, but you're spotted. And it's over. Map number 1 has been conceded over to SFU Pink. Demigods down 1, SFU up 1. But that's it for Breeze. And we're going to be right back with map number 2. So stick around, everybody. in months. So with that being said, defense SFU Pink, Demigods on attack. How are you guys going to be able to bounce this back if you're on Demigod's side? Last game going 13-4. It's not a lot of opportunity to try to turn this game around as they need to. But if SFU has one thing as a strategy that we have learned, it's that they are okay with having some heavy hitters and having some people play that support role all the way down to not getting many picks. So with that being said, we are going to be looking at Demigods taking it slow and on their attack, starting off over on A. But look at this play from SFU Pink. They want to get aggressive here. They want to take it slow over on the B side. But leaving Sova alone on A could be an issue. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to have to find out exactly what the strategy is for these guys. And United, sorry, is going to get spotted out by a recon dart. So that is going to allow most of SFU to understand this is going to be an A push. And we're seeing some early rotations from the Jet and the Reign of the Duelists are setting up in mid and now going to most likely execute a flank here. Oh, they don't. They are just going to try to hold mid and a smoke like that, completely cutting them off. They have no option but to rotate around slowly. SFU Pink not really able to do too much yet. Does hear the full execution. The Owl drone is getting sent out to try to clear these cubbies. And a second orb actually gathered here from the side of attack. Demigods just farming them right now, but they're going to have to commit soon. 35 seconds on the clock. A wall is down. The Viper is pushing in, and Slayer one-tapping one and takes out T-Salad. A huge Viper not able to stay alive for the post plant. Could be the make or break for this round. If they even get the bomb down, well, they will get 2 players down as Matt plants. And Matt is backing up just in time. We have a 3v4. The only thing they got for post plant is their aim, though, and the aim is looking clean. Demigods cleaning house, but there's Super Stu grabbing one. A post-mortem from Kane. Actually, Shock Dart kills another, leaving us in a 1v2 with Super Stu wanting to just tap away. And the smoke baits out one. They even bait the recon, but where is the KJ? Up close and personal, right-hand side. Super Stu goes to tap the bomb again, and Wick is just going to walk up and punish. Attackers, Demigods, starting off this game significantly stronger than the last, and SFU Pink will not be able to buy this round. All right. Coho has a shorty and actually is not going to get spotted by that drone. This is a great angle to be in, but the Marshall, but what is this? Coho, where's your bullets going, bro? There's going to be a huge opening for this team. Super Glow has to back it up. Lots of damage taken, and they haven't gotten a single pick. They stacked 3 on this site, and finally we're seeing one fall. Matt is down, but Super Glow is up. Super Glow waiting for someone to peek. Just has to tap the bomb. Now we are going to be seeing a decent chunk of utility tossed towards it. And with the bomb now falling, the timing is not there. We'll wait a minute. We got 1, 2, but not 3. Super Glow, beautiful attempt there. Not a terrible defense from SFU Pink. They came into that with a slight purchase. They did have a Marshall. They did have a Shorty and a Sheriff, but they didn't really do much with it. They got 3 picks, and they will be able to full buy. So the question now arises, will Demigods be opting in for a bonus round? I would argue yes, because They're already up, and the last time we saw them play, what really did them in was not having a full grasp on their economy and allowing SFU Pink to just have that weapon difference every step of the way. But we are seeing a full buy coming out here from Timothy Johnson, and they do try to take mid control, and I mean try. Super Glow shuts him down immediately, takes out that Jet. Super Stu wanting to get up close and personal. Might just walk right past this KJ, but the timing is in his favor. And that is Wick not checking his corners. And that is Super Glow cooking, but cooked. Matt able to get the trade off. SFU Pink. When you put rifles in their hands, this is what they do with them. United and Matt trying to pinch, but the timing is not in their favor. Matt now going right through tube. Grabs Kane. Has to go for a save. Cannot go for the save. Defense will be taking their first round and shutting out a bonus from Demigods. And now it's going to be a full buy from both teams. They're just mustering together whatever they can. Obviously, Demigods not able to win their bonus isn't the end of the world for them, but they are still down one round. They still have to prove themselves in this next one. We have Wick trying to check corners, maybe make some noise on this lurk, but B is the main object of attraction here for Demigods. They want to just get on in. And we're going to be seeing a few players tagged out. Wick is stuck here, and he's getting pushed in pretty heavily, and that's going to be Kaho punishing that. There goes your lurking KJ, but they know the bomb is planted on the opposite side, and B is ready. The post plant all favoring them, but Kaho is still cooking. Takes out Timothy Johnson. United takes out Slayer. Matt trying to get the trades, but where are you looking? Why are you pulling out your knife? And Salad's going to get spotted here, but they have to tap the bomb, but the defense just has a beautiful retake here. And that's the second round back-to-back where SFU Pink has dominated over Demigod's attempt at pushing B. So if I were to put myself in the shoes of Demigods, they don't want to go B anymore. They need to start pushing up mid, maybe into A. But they already send an early wall and call a timeout. So putting the wall down like this, immediately calling a timeout, this is a mental play. They're trying to maybe bait out a few of these players, maybe bait out one or two for the side of defense to maybe rotate, but it's not going to happen. SFU Pink has proven that they kind of just walked right through the playbook and not really had too many concerns regarding how these players push. But with this timeout now active, with SFU Pink on the defense, what's the play? What is their way to analyze this? And of course, Demigods down to tying this game. They were up 2, now they're tied. Will they be able to try to build up that streak again? Because SFU Pink, they punish every single time. And with the timeout now out, both teams at a huge disparity between the sides. Attack goes into this round with a Marshall, a couple of classics, maybe another Marshall. It's not the best buy. It's scuffed. And they're trying to force up just a little bit, but not enough where they're not going to be able to buy. So Kaho up on 410. Does a decent amount of damage and takes none from it. So even though they weren't able to get a kill, that's a win in the book of this Reyna. And Kaho wants to keep taking these aggressive angles, wants to not be punished for it. They actually spot out the Viper. And look at that aggression. What a spray. A double kill down, but Kaho gets walled through. And that's what we want to be seeing. Another one to trade him out, but Kaho is happy. There's the picks that really count. And now it's a rotate. It's all about these shots fired. And the knives are thrown. Unfortunately, the round is not. 2 players are remaining. Matt only has a Sheriff and only has 20 HP. 30 seconds until you can even think about healing yourself, and Super Stu's going to flank you. There goes the back of your head. And Wick has to get the pick. And will. Nice clean shot. Now, they do have their bot watching their flank. But Wick is focused on one thing, and that's this bomb. But is he focused enough to look underneath? He is! Kane is gone. And with 25 seconds on the clock, Wick has no idea where this jet is, but he has to start moving fast. If they get the bomb planted, this round is a major success. But Slayer has to hold it down, has to scare these players away.
10 seconds left.
And there it is. The bomb now being forced to plant. That's an op in the hands of Slayer. But wait, Wick has... Why not stick it? It was against an op. He couldn't have rushed you. I mean, yeah, you get the kill, but you could have gotten the round. Ah, unfortunate there for Demigods. And that's going to set them back quite a lot. They do get the plant post, but I don't know. Losing a round like that, that means that SFU Pink gets the full buy, and the op that they got rid of in that last moment, they just get a repurchase.
Placing alarm bot.
And there it is. The turret immediately falls. Slayer with this op. We saw that they were able to clutch the last round just off of time. And no fault to the side of defense. But Demigods now wanting to split this off. SFU Pink, a shot to the body, takes out T Salad. And with the smoke now fading, will they be able to find the pick? Timothy Johnson up close. Will need to back it up, but Slayer punishes for that over aggression. The bomb needing to get planted, more like needs to get rotated and planted A. We do have the KJ lurked up, but this is where the Viper anchor comes into play. They're going to try to scare these players out. Super Stew, the timing. Oh my God, and he doesn't even die from it. Well, not yet. There's the trade-off. Wick able to get the pick and even use an ultimate to get their team onto site in time. Oh, but that ult is going to get countered. Oh, but wait, no, he's actually not going for it. He waits for the players to tap and actually does a decent amount of damage over to the Sova. But with the Sage, that damage is immediately healed back up. And they're just going to go for the retake anyways. Dropping the op.
Right here.
It's all about rifles right now. They do spot out Matt, and Matt is going to get traded. At least they grab Slayer on the way out, but it's all about the post plant, the shock dart lineups. There is no ability here outside the Hunter's Fury to try to scare him out. But he had an extra shot. He could have tried to go for it, but instead he puts it away early. And that's going to be it. A new round for SFU Pink. They've managed to do a great job at turning this game around after Demigods took that early lead. And arguably, a lot of these rounds should not be given over as easily as we're seeing. Very minor mistakes are coming through, and Demigods is really feeling the pain from that. And SFU Pink, they're about to be bringing the pain. An Odin being purchased by Super Stew. An Odin being purchased by Super Glow. You cannot tell me that we're going to be seeing a double Odin this early into the game on a map like Icebox. I could be getting baited here, but no. They kept them. There's two Odins in this lobby now. And Slayer spots out the jet. Oh, misses the shot, but they still have an opportunity to swing. And yep, will get united. Spots the forehead and gets the headshot onto T Salad. But there's Timothy Johnson getting the trade onto Slayer. DJ Wick, and there it is. That's what we want to be seeing. Wick getting the double down. And the res will come out immediately off the play of that. They know that A is clear. They know that they have their team because of the res. They have exactly what they need to just rotate onto this point.
One enemy remaining.
There's a shot. And Wick is still going, but maybe the Odin strategy, although a big weapon, was it a big play? Demigods able to take away that round from them off of a great lurk from Wick. I mean, Wick definitely carried there, managing to not only carrying that round, but every round that Demigods has won. Wick is 14-3 right now. Beautifully played by them. And they're going to keep this momentum going. They're going to be moving into this next round with some decent shots. And now we're seeing a push up. Oh my God, look at that flank. Wick is just holding that W key down for some insane success. And they're going to keep that moving, but the bomb has to get planted. But all of this utility is just going to scare him back. Matt will, yes, put it down, but will they be able to keep it on the ground in time as the defensive KJ ultimate, the lockdown is locking him out, and the knives are out, but so is Timothy Johnson, who's sticking it out all the way, has to commit their life and gets a triple kill, but the bomb needing to be tapped right here, right now. It's all about the lineups. They get it halved, and they miss.
Last player standing.
And they stick it out. No way. If you are the Jet Himothy, you're going to be a little bit upset there. You carried your team. You got 3 kills in a sacrificial play. You became the lamb and you brought the slaughter, but it doesn't matter if Wick is able or unable to finish it off in time, or Salad is unable to finish it off in time. So that's going to be a round moving over. Luckily, they did get the bomb plant, so they will have a full purchasing power here. But it's rifle versus rifle. It's round number 9. 3 more after this one in the half. Who's going to be taking it? This is a lot closer than game 1. And there's a shot. That's going to be Timothy Johnson trying to scare these players back. Slayer might find one. Yeah, can't find one. Well, succeeds in finding out, but does not walk away with a kill. We're going to see Super Glow now trying to maybe lurk around. Get a pick on a Wick. Wick has been a vital part of this team's rotations. And Super knows this is a B push. Are we going to see anybody rotate to Super's aid, though? If Glow can just try to scare these players back, they should be fine. But unfortunately, it's not quite happening. We do see a full rotate coming out now, but it's a bit late, and it's the punishment from Wick. What an air shot, though, on a Himothy. Now they know that Wick is going to be looping around, and Wick has to go the long way. The bomb is planted. 2v4. I'd say that this is easily in the hands of Demigods, but SFU Pink has proven otherwise. Now they're trying to focus on getting Wick. They know if they could take out this KJ, that's their biggest player. But Kane... No way does Kane pull off the simplest yet most efficient shock dart we've seen today. Oh my God, and they get a punish. They get to get the kills, but now it's alone. Super Glow is running out of time. Vulnerable.
One enemy remaining.
But not invulnerable. Gets a pick down and gets all of them. Super Glow gets all of the kills, but the bomb is not even gonna kill them. And SFU Pink will wipe the floor with Demigods, but Demigods doesn't care. They got the round. It's under their belt. This game is closer, and they've actually beaten their record for the day by going 5-4. And they're going to just keep moving. They're just going to keep holding that W key. They don't care. They're gaming. So now Demigods wanting to tie this game up gets a full buy. And unfortunately for SFU Pink, they lost a lot of their money in these past few rounds. They have a Judge, a Stinger, but Slayer has a Marshall. And that's what it can do. Takes out Matt, clean pick. And another clean pick. And an ultimate pick from Kane. They're doing it without the weapons required. And now the final knife is out, and Himothy has to find a new gun. Gets the spike, but holds it in the smoke, and unfortunately is punished for their hubris. Wick, last player standing. 1-2, gets the pick. Now Wick has to keep it going. But wait, the timing is on their favor, but why did you pull your knife out? Defense. Winning a round on a pseudo-thrifty and securing the half. They have the 6 rounds. Now, how many more can they get?
Sentry.
Let's see this. 6-4. Both teams have a bye. Demigods having to prove themselves, need to win the last 2 in this half to set themselves up for success. But Kaho will swing right in and get the pick and actually be able to walk away freely. The power of the Empress, the power of Kane to cover their exits. And that's 2 down for Demigods. But wait, Kaho's not done. Kaho, you are aggro. And there is finally some punishment for how Kaho plays. And Slayer is going to get punished as well for sitting in a corner. 50 HP. Wick grabs Kane.
You should run.
And they're keeping this up. This is going to be very interesting to see how they play it out. But Wick just able to get the drop. And there it is. Another one. Another amount of damage. Attack will detain 1. Can they actually punish? They can't. So not only do they use their ultimates, but they get played. And they just completely shut them out.
Last round to use our creds and abilities. Don't waste your firepower.
7-4. SFU successfully has taken the first half lead in game 1, and now they have successfully taken the first half lead in game number 2. With that in mind, how are they going to be able to scare these players out and actually deal out this damage?
Standing ahead.
It's a real question. There's a shot. Slayer grabs it. Oh, the res comes through, but the damage is just going to be consistent. They're just getting these picks, so you might have rezzed, but for what? To pad a few KDs, as we see Matt and Wick able to get the trades. United now pushing right on up. We're taking it slow. They have full control over the bomb. B is an option here. And they are planning on going through mid. They can still go A through mid. Well, they don't want to mess this up. And they are going to, unfortunately, give up their position by trying to take out that Viper.
"30 seconds left."
I like Kaho. This position, they know that the players are mid. They even know when to pop their Empress. That timing is ideal, but wait, the timing to look away is not. And look at that movement. Now they're on a new set of high grounds. Another one. And it's done. There is the first half of game 2 Icebox going over to SFU Pink and Demigods. Down 4 whole rounds on the side switch. Will they be able to turn this around? Will they get the picks? That's the question. And on Icebox of all maps, how are they going to actually proceed here? Now we're seeing Timothy Johnson trying to just get a few anchoring points. The rest of this team, 3 players stacked onto A. Based on that mini-map, I would argue this is a great read. But are they going to be able to actually hold it even with the extra heads together?
Standing ahead.
And here we go. They're getting aggro. That could be a punishment here. And what a shot. Takes out the player, takes out another, and the damage is coming through. Kane with the double down. And all of these picks come through. What a shot. Wick grabs Super Stew. They're trying to keep it moving. Utility now landing.
Spike planted.
Demigods. Their defense showing a little bit to ask for. It's up to Wick to now push in. They stacked this site and they didn't get the trades, making it worth it. Tea salad. Let's get a few picks.
Last player standing.
They get 1. But they're down to a 1v2. 4 bullets. This reload is ballsy. And they need to get it. 39 HP and the double swing. I mean, SFU Pink, they just play it perfectly. They go one at a time. And when they do work together, it's buddy to buddy, army of two style. Clean. All right, I like the flash that we're seeing. I see the outlaw in the hands of Slayer. SFU Pink wants to hold it down and keep it moving.
Careful.
Now, they most likely will succeed in this, but a problem that I'm looking at here is how they're going to be lined up, how they're going to set themselves up for success.
Plant the spike. Placing swarm grenades.
So they're planning on planting the spike for main. I mean, if you plan on killing everybody, it shouldn't be that big of a problem. And they will instead plant default. Slayer, this outlaw, should be a one-hit body shot, but should be also hitting your shots. There's the damage coming through. Trying to wallbang screens with that sheriff isn't going to actually find any DPS. And we're seeing Demigods pushing in, but they're now going up against a judging Reyna. And we all know that if Reyna has judgment on you, you are probably going to be down. And Kane proves it, but Himothy keeps him alive.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, that judge. 2. And the bait. Oh, what a good bait. I love the way that Kaho is able to grab that orb and act as a pseudo flashbang. Good job coming out from SFU Pink. They're now keeping it going. (10-4). This is the exact same score line that we saw the last game go in, and unfortunately, Demigods weren't able to get another round after the fact. So if Demigods wants to turn this game around, it has to be in this moment. It has to be in this round. And that's how. They start off by taking out Kaho, but Slayer immediately punishing. What a aggressive Jet. They're going to keep that aggression going, but Himothy Johnson wants to try to get a new swing. A 1-2, a 3-piece. That's what we need. And Slayer is going to try to balance it out, but he's the last player standing. Has to ace this. And can we see Slayer ace against Himothy? Because he's got him in his name, and he is him. But wait a minute. We have Slayer trying to end this for Pink. The timing, not in their favor. They did not anticipate Matt, and defense is getting their 5th round. Clean plays.
Embarrassing.
And look at this. Demigods, off the back of that last round, is now playing pretty passive. They're playing slow. They know that as long as they can get the angle to get these picks, they should be fine. But if Himothy's not there to get a triple kill, how do they hold B? The answer lies in the hands of this Viper and this KJ. Wick sitting up close and Salad sitting Snowman. Salad's actually going to be able to dink Slayer and walks right on in to try to scare him off. Unfortunately, re-hitting the same angle will be punished for it. And Wick is punished for not having the proper crosshair. But that is it. Himothy Johnson gets a 2-piece. United gets 3. Matt gets another, but Kane turns this to be a 1v1. Light armor has everything he needs to hold this post plant, except for the aim. And that's Himothy Johnson. Another triple kill. Single-handedly, Himothy is bringing Demigods back from defeat. And now let's see this push up. Let's see if they have what it takes to keep their momentum going. It is a full 5-player Stinger rush. When is the last time you've seen that coming out from an attacking team? Stingers, ever since they got nerfed, haven't really felt the same. But let's see if they can do the same. Can they pull off the crazy plays that this team needs? Well, Himothy says no to that one. The Slayer is now down. Super Glow will be able to get the trade-off and actually does a decent amount of damage over to United. And Kaho's going to take advantage of that and get the final blow. They finish off what their Jet has started. And now trying to back it up with some util to throw and no rounds thrown. Kaho baiting and getting the pick. I like what we're seeing from Kaho's swings. One of the highest skill ceiling way to play, and they punish everyone for it. Look at this. Salad needing to stop this Viper ultimate in its tracks. Can you find the Viper in time? Have the opportunity to tap the bomb, but there's so much utility to be thrown.
Last player standing.
And it's just going to immediately take out Salad. Wick down as well. Attackers will shut out Demigods and their ability to try their best to move away from a defeat. Some pretty scary stuff here if you are Demigods, as if you let this game of Icebox move on over to SFU Pink, if you allow that to happen, this will be a round that sets aside this team. And they will get the match point. And only one team will be moving into the finals now. Slayer able to grab one. Super Glow able to grab another. And Matt finally trying to get the trades, but has just enough movement. Kane still grabs Wick. Super Glow grabs Matt. And even though they didn't grab Matt with the ultimate, they grabbed somebody else. And now it's a 1v4 to keep him in the game. T-Salad, unfortunately, is going to be chopped up and spit out by Kaho.
Match point.
That's match point advantage. Oh, map point advantage. Can they get the map to get match point advantage? I would assume so. This is a team that hasn't really faltered too much. You know, if we talk about critical mistakes or round-winning impact, SFU Pink has made a lot of these impactful plays a bit more consistently than Demigods, and I would argue a few rounds that were handedly in the grasp of Demigods have been kind of thrown. But let's see if they're going to be able to keep it up and keep this going. Knives are out, and Slayer flying through the air grabs Wick. We're going to be seeing them run it down onto B. Slayer is still hungry, wants some more frags. But look at Matt in mid. Are they going to know? They are, but what? Super Stu trying to just use some util to finish off what he starts, but unfortunately gets finished off himself, leaving us now for attackers to play post-plant. And Kane succeeds. We do have an ultimate to try to break it through, but Kaho takes advantage of that and gets aggressive, takes out 2 players. And now there's only 2 remaining here. Kane able to grab one. Kaho in the high ground, and T-Salad, the final player, back-to-back, has to tap, has to clutch. And a shock dart might just be the end of him. Nope, it's the run and gun and the shot from Kane. But that is it. SFU Pink has taken map number 2 and now moves in to their final match. And we're back. And again, this time, defense is going to be starting us off with a strong a strong side, in my opinion. I like the fact that we're going for Lotus on map number 3. This is technically match point over to the defense. This is where we saw SFU dominate a few times in other series, and now they're using it as a potential launching point into their finals. Now, their finals are up against the Spartans, and if you guys know who the Spartans are, you know that they are the heaviest hitters in the West side right now. So, regardless of it, if SFU Pink makes it back to the finals, the question is, does Demigod slow them down? Or does Demigod get themselves into the finals? This is the lower. This is the do or die moment for this team. And if they have an opportunity, if they want to prove themselves right here, right now, it's going to come down to who plays best, who's on first. And right now, we know that Demigods has had a lot of hiccups. In a traditional Valorant best of 3, they're already gone, but they get a best of 5 today. They get to prove themselves again today, and they have to try their best. As we're going to be setting up with a decent push up here, where we have the bomb heading towards A. No one actually on A, but they don't know that. And we're seeing a major focus towards Mound and B main. SFU right around the corner. I like that Kaho and Slayer, they're all gearing for a push here. And if they succeed, that's bomb. They don't really care about what's going on by Mound. And they have 2 players over there to try to defend it. And Super Stew spots out. Here's out, but the timing will make him vulnerable, but unfortunately his position makes him more vulnerable. There's the trades, there's the bomb though, and the spike is down.
One enemy remaining.
The entire play not really doing too much, and United leaves us now as the last player standing for Demigods. We'll have to go around the long way if they want to succeed here.
Blinding.
And there's some shots, and there's the round. So far, SFU has started off every game pretty strong, but Demigods in Icebox set us up with the pistol. This time, it's not going to happen. So a buy comes out, though. Demigods knows that they can't go for saves. They have to try to reverse this. We see Timothy Johnson on the attack, pulling out the Bucky. And based on how many credits he's got remaining, he's going to try to satchel on into B with the Bucky.
Yes, this should do.
If he succeeds, he upgrades the Bucky, maybe even gets him or his team a newfound weapon. But there's nobody on B, so this should be a free round here to just get on. But does he have timing? He hears them, he gets them, and but he pulls his knife out. He doesn't see the Viper behind. That Fade had a shadow in the shape of a Viper, and Timothy in chat's going, how are you so skinny? He doesn't even see him. That's crazy. And Superglow gets T Salad, but oh, what a wild occurrence. Putting us now in a 3v3. SFU Pink, they've lost a few, but they're going to be getting the trade anyways. And there's the trade-off. A little bit too aggressive there from Super Stew, trying to hold a bomb in a very easy to retake position. We'll now level this up to a new 2v2. That's actually a pick here. The wall bangs are going to try to go through, but Matt just has one priority, and that is to plant the bomb. Has a stinger, has a ghost, has the sight if they want it.
Spike's down.
Let's see it. Matt now trying to take it slow. Are they going to be able to find the pick here? This position should give away that Matt is playing around stairs. But if Matt swings too early before the bomb's even tapped, he's just going to get punished. And SFU Pink will get that round, but they did lose quite a few players. I would say that Demigods is happy with that outcome. They only bought one gun, and it was a Bucky. So they got the money for the bomb plant. They get a full buy. And if you look over at SFU, they're going to have to go for a bonus with pistols or just start forcing up and make this a rifle versus rifle round. And I think they are going to be opting in for rifle versus rifle. Which rifle, though? Mainly Guardians. Mainly an ability to try to go next. Actually, no. Kaho going in for a Marshall to make sure that he has enough to buy a rifle next. This is going to be a technical bonus, but not an ideal one compared to where they were set up for.
I must wait a moment.
Now we see a little bit of a push-up. T-Salad guarding this aggression. Reading deeper and making sure that if they are going to spot anybody, they might be able to not get spotted themselves. But, oh, the Fade does a great job clearing corners. I mean, Kane is the information player. This guy gets so much space made just from the util that they toss out. But will they be able to keep that kind of impact? We do see that Demigods on this buy round haven't pushed much. Yes, they've taken up B main space and Mound, but that's guaranteed on a map like Lotus. Here we go. Super Glow. Trying to maybe find some picks. Setting themselves up to sit back, but you look over at Demigods on attack and they want B. But is Kane going to give it to them easily?
30 seconds left.
Kane still has one more Prowler, one more eye to get info. And Kaho all alone. And what a shot from Slayer. Gets a two-piece, a collateral down onto Salad and Himothy. And looks like Superglow is going to just keep it up in this position. They are cooking up double kills, and defense will win a bonus round. Yes, a pseudo bonus round at that, but regardless, they are up there in keeping this momentum, keeping them at a peak efficiency. And they'll be able to keep this moving.
I need this.
This could be it.
This is my spot.
This could be game. I mean, SFU, they have not slowed down. They didn't slow down after game 1. They didn't slow down after game 2, apparently. And now that we're in game 3, this is all favoring them. And I don't want Demigods to fall out so short, but Demigods has an opportunity to prove themselves. They have an opportunity right here, right now, to show that they don't need rifles to win, or they don't need to worry. But this Cypher, Kaho. I actually like that we're seeing this player switching off of the Reyna to pick up the Sentinel, especially since he was very lurk heavy, and now he's going to be lurk heavy again. But Timothy Johnson grabs another pick, and they might be able to keep it going. I like this gameplay. It's looking clean. And they keep it up. They grab Kaho. They grab the C site. Or at least they might think that they do. They don't know where this Viper is. And all the Viper utility claims that they're A. But let's see it. Kane grabs Matt. But it's a full execute. Demigods, with whatever they can muster, have managed to find a Vandal. If they find a Vandal, they can find a bomb plant position. An Odin spamming through. Will it do any damage? It looks like it does not. And an Odin on a retake. Unless we see them holding that left click and W at the same time, it's not going to be the best weapon to try to approach, but they still have an advantage. But look at this, an ultimate coming through. It's a Nightfall, and it will land right on Kane. Kane, unable to hear anything, now is going to have to rely on callouts. But let's call out these picks. 1, 2, 1 to go. Kane down as well. They get thriftied by Demigods, and Demigods setting themselves up there in what they are capable of doing. And now, with their first thrifty of the day, can that change things in their favor? And And this next round coming up, we have Slayer with an ultimate. 1 away for Super Glow, 2 away for Kane, 3 away for Super Stu. And talking about ultimate economies, that's a lot of people close to getting it this early into the game. We're now on round number 5. And Matt wants to get up close and maybe find his own ultimate if he can get 2 pieces here. But instead he gets no pieces. Nothing inside of his box. Leaving us now in a 4v5, a slow approach here. But nothing too crazy.
There.
Look at Slayer. Pushed up with their Omen. And they line up for it. Unfortunately, the shots aren't there. But look at this spray. That's a 2-piece down for Glow.
Attacker spawn.
And they know where the spike is. They actually just managed to make it worth it. Just getting those 2 picks. And now we have an ultimate to try to maybe open the door. Maybe get their way through. But it's not going to connect to anything. It does scare some players away from B. But it's only 2 remaining for Demigods. And they have to get the bomb planted. And there's Kane around the corner. Oh, Kane's trigger discipline. That's going to be 1. But he could have honestly taken out the bomb carrier. But he doesn't care. Kane is just going to end it 1 at a time, taking those 1v1s and winning the round. Huge from them. SFU Pink. They have what it takes to maybe set themselves up for success here. And defense. They got ultimates to spare. They have the Fade Nightfall. They have the Omen for information. They have the Showstopper alone can put a damper on Demigods. And Demigods has nothing to work with. So Demigods is going to have to take this round slow. Hopefully, maybe grabbing an orb, getting Matt's online. If they can grab that orb, Matt uses the lockdown. That almost guarantees a B site, maybe even a C site. But is that going to happen? Are they going to be given that power? So far, taking it slow.
Poison's off.
Shadows traveling.
We'll catch them.
Now, giving up their position, making themselves known that they are here. We're actually going to be seeing a TP for all of the information they've now spotted out. The bomb carrier, they've spotted out Omen, Fade, and Raze in that ultimate. So bringing out the From the Shadows, they got all that info. And now they know this is going to be a B push where you have Kane ready to split off and get some picks. But wait, a shot! Oh my God, Stu! The tracking immaculate. This guy definitely does his aim labs. But wait a minute. It's now 4-1. And they still haven't touched a site yet. Now they rotate quickly to try to handle C, but they're walking right into Kaho, who's downed. Look at this. They're doing the run and gun strategies perfectly. They're keeping it moving. And now they're going to get onto the C point with a Nightfall. Nightfall managing to connect to a lot, and oh my God, they actually grabbed United. Thanks to the weakness, thanks to the decay from the Nightfall, Super Stu able to grab T-Salad 2v3, and Wick does not hear that they might be on the bomb. And Kane gets it half. Kane's just going to stick it all the way through. Even though Matt gets all the picks, they don't get the round. And is he going to be able to walk away? He's not bothering to swing it. He does save the Vandal.
Recalling my bot.
There.
New round for these players. Super Glow taking it one step further, has a blind to synergize with Slayer. Oh, but that wall is a bit too strong, but Himothy is immediately traded out. But Super Glow, where are you aiming? A little bit too high, and that's not going to be the trades that they want. 3 have immediately fallen so early into this round, but not early enough for Stu to try to get these picks and just barely avoids the grasp. Just barely gets the pick through the spray, and now It's 2v3. From a 5v2, a 2v3 emerges. And they're now pushing right back up. Super Stu trying to get some information. Tahoe pulling your knife out. It's a cool skin, but the aim is a lot cooler when you're able to pull it off. That's going to be a trade no matter what onto Matt, and they have to rotate all the way to C. Viper, even popping the ultimate on A, now doesn't have it. I'm really shocked that they are going to be using that ultimate on A after your teammate falls. They will just be going C, but a misread does not mean that it is a missed opportunity, a missed round for SFU Pink. Oh my god, United is in such a good spot. Just taking it slow. I mean, at least you've got a half, but for Stu to stick it, kind of questionable. He definitely had enough time to isolate those 1v1s, but it's okay. SFU Pink, they're still up 3 rounds. They still have the advantage to move in here with a few picks. But the real question, the opportunity that I want to see from them is how will they get these picks? How will they bring it back? As they're kind of broke. They got a Stinger in the hands of Super Glow. They got a Guardian in the hands of Super Stu. And only a Sheriff in the hands of Slayer. The only thrifties we've seen today are actually from the hands of Demigods. So Demigods could be on a road to recovery unless we see a thrifty come out from SFU Pink.
There. Face your fear!
And here's what they do with it. They get up close and personal, but the shots are just not landing right now. And United able to grab Slayer. It's going to be just 1 for none. And Kaho. Are they going to check their corners in time? They are going to get spotted, but not punished. That allows for a decent reset. Super Stu getting up close and personal. Spots out the bot. Gets spotted himself. But they're just running out of tree. No holds bar. And dang, look at these shots. Kane always committed to the Caniac combo. And let's see some more. Super Glow. Can you find the pick? Can you open the door here? Smokes the bomb. Gets the crouch check. And all that util is just burning through the timer. But they should have enough time to stick it at least to half. What a shot from Kane. Come on, Kane. Keep cooking. Keep cooking. Yeah, Kane. That's what we're talking about. SFU Pink. They just beat Demigods back.
Dreams are a funny thing. One little twist. Oh.
Now 6-2. SFU Pink, they have map advantage here. If they win this, it's done. They don't have to worry about any more gameplay for the day, and they get to go into their rematch. And the way that they're playing is they're on that road right here, right now. And they're going to be keeping it moving. But wait a minute. We're seeing some shots fired over on Mound, trying to maybe bait out an early rotate. But it's 5 players stacked towards B and C, relying 100% on the Cypher utility to get them that information for A. But look at this execute. That's going to be 1 shot down, 2 shot down. Himothy's grabbing them all. And they're going to now try to execute onto B. They know they've gotten a decent amount of picks here. Superglow is going to get spotted. So instead of B, the Viper has called A is clear, and I'm on a flank. Nice knife. Keep pulling it out. T-Salad's going to punish you. Taking out Superglow. And Kane now moving up. Not able to just deliver the same mania that Caniac has been able to do. But it's okay. Demigods taking that round should allow them a chance at recovery. And I've said that a lot today. So I might hold my breath on it. I want to see what they can do to keep this direction in their favor. Obviously, we've seen some decent damage from all sides here. However, with it being now 6-3, with there being very little buys available for SFU Pink, I doubt that this is going to be a round that they take. And I want that doubt to seed into something bigger. But Slayer now wanting to push in. T-Salad. Spotted out. Just barely gets around the corner in time. He actually has no idea where this Cypher is playing. And Kaho. It's a very bold angle, and it pays off. Taking out T-Salad and gets away for free. But now an ultimate comes through, and it doesn't even connect. They're a little bit too scared. Kane grabbing Himothy. And they're going to have to rotate quickly. And here's some shots fired. But look at Wick. Spots him, gets it, grabs the trade. And there it is, another shot for Wick. 2v2. Super Stu. Trapped inside of this ultimate, has to make it work.
Toxin screen down. 30 seconds left.
And some shots are a little bit going through, but a little bit goes a long way. There's only 20 seconds. They have to full run onto C. They barely have enough time to plant. Will they get on time if Kane can stop them? No, they can't. They ran out of time trying to do a full rotate like that. And Wick is just being baited. And now with no time, it's another round that Demigods fails to clutch. And a thrifty round from SFU Pink. They walked into that round with a Sheriff and a Classic. And they walk away with a 1/2. They got to 7 off of the back of that. So with SFU Pink, 2 more rounds remaining in this half, they want to bring it to another 9-3. They're bringing the Odin out, and the Odin over by the paper mache that is A. You're going to be concerned. Look at these picks. Look at these sprays. Slayer wants to try to find something, but it's not quite there yet. Nobody's peeking into them until now. It's a re-hit. United leading the charge for that. T-Salad. They've been lurking up quite a bit. The power of having that double controller. But are they going to be able to actually make the space and time before some of these players fall to Slayer? Slayer is going to be blind as a bat, but look at Super Glow grabbing a double kill down regardless, picking up the pieces, and Kane setting new puzzles to be found. Now, T-Salad, the lurk, has to clutch, gets a double kill. The spray is immaculate, but wait a minute. Where is the bomb? It's under complete control of SFU Pink. Right on the outside of Mound, over by boxes. You have T-Salad needing to now reclaim what is his.
Here.
And Salad's going to be walking up. Not waiting for their KJ to flank. They could either pinch this, or they could do this at bad timings. And they're going to do it with bad timings. Salad's popping an ultimate. And a lot of the focus is on this, but they only spot out 1 because of that ultimate. The Nightfall is massive. But they don't turn around in time, and the pinch comes through, but with 15 seconds on the clock, the defense
10 seconds left.
is having a bad time. Kane can't push out, but do they have time? No, not again. How many rounds will go over to SFU Pink on time?
Last round in the half.
All right, SFU Pink. You've proven that you don't even need to shoot your enemies to win rounds 4 times now. Obviously, they've gotten quite a few picks regardless of that, but when it comes down to rounds being lost on time over and over and over again, it's stressful. 8-4 now where the score lies. I'm not sure if this is going to be going in the direction that Demigods wants. SFU Pink, they're set up for this. This is the last round of the half, and a 9-3 is around the corner if they can keep it up.
Cage trigger.
We are seeing Kaho trying to get some picks here. Will succeed in grabbing United, but that's a 1-for-1 trade. Not ideal here, and a Nightfall will come through. Super Stew. Spotted out. Luckily, there's Slayer from the high ground to try to keep them up, and we'll watch Kane grabbing these picks. But wait, Salad getting aggressive. Here comes the party, and here comes the candles blown out of proportion. It's now a 9-3. Again, a 9-3. Again, a 1/2 at the start of a game for SFU Pink.
Alarm bot out.
There.
And here we go. Round number 13 is underway. Are we going to be seeing it end in the favor of SFU Pink or Demigods? That's the question. And we are seeing SFU Pink. They got to just run it down. They're looking pretty clean right now. And they are going to get a free full control over A. Unfortunately, the read coming out from Demigods was to try to stack C in anticipation of a push, but that push never came. And with the bomb now planted, it's going to be a tough round to hold it down. And look at that, the Sheriff 1, 2, 3. Look at all the shots fired and all of them that are hitting. That's 2 for the price of free. 1 player is gone. But they've taken so much damage. Matt trying to swing in, spots Slayer, but Slayer spots him. 1 shot. One thing about the Sheriff is it is finding its new home in T-Salad's hands. Super Stew, 1 HP.
Last player standing.
And just swings out and gets the pick anyways. Salad is getting toyed with right now. From left to right to left to right. It's just hit after hit, blow after blow in a 10-3 where SFU Pink again has won the pistol and has again taken momentum early on.
There. Where are you?
And here are the shots. Can't miss this opportunity. They're doing a decent amount to try to scare these players out. But they're keeping this up. Look at this position from Matt. Up close and personal. Going to be able to grab Slayer. Kane grabs the trade, though. But that was an amazing push up there. Getting just 1 when you're down so many rounds and down so much on economy.
Ouch.
It makes it look clean. Timothy Johnson does it again. Takes out Super Stew.
Poison's off.
T-Salad. Able to get spotted in this corner.
Try again.
What? No way, Kane. I know you knew that they were there, but you didn't know exactly that they were there. And yet you still just don't care. Just getting the spray.
30
It's
seconds
Kane.
left.
We all know what they do. That's right. They bring the pain. But now we're seeing a 3v3. Timothy needing to hold it like they did against the Viper. Unfortunately, that's an Odin on the ground. And United is running and gunning with the Stinger. And it stings when you're down a player and down another and down to
down
1v3 with
10
Kane
seconds left.
having no time. And yet another round in this lobby that is going over to the timer. Neither team has beaten the clock yet. But let's see now. A little bit of a push-up goes a long way. With it now being 10-4, Demigods has to win 6 in a row. And off the back of clutching that last round, they have an Odin, they have a Vandal, they have what it takes to bring the firepower. One shot, two shot, all the sprays. Matt is going to be able to get traded out, but no matter what, it's the damage that he dealt. Kane is incredibly low, but he will be able to get the plant going anyways. And look at this. The Odin comes through, but Wick actually takes a decent amount of damage just from the Viper lineup, and Superglow takes advantage of him having to back up and reload to take out Johnson. But look at that. A double right through the smoke. You get punished for trying to peek Wick. But attack. They have what it takes to try to hold us down. Judge in their hands. It's Judgment Day, and unfortunately it is down to Super Stu, and Super Stu won't be able to get a single kill, leaving us now halfway to recovery. 10-5 here. Demigods wanting to bring us into map number 3, wanting to bring us
Weapon here.
into a new location. Real talk though, I love the fact when you get a read chat and it says Coach Diff. But regardless of the funny ha-has that these team players are going for, it's about the next round, and it's about the fact that SFU has no money. They aren't going to be able to full buy. They're going to be taking it slow. And there's some shots. T-Salad grabbing Slayer. I mean, the player intuition here is insane. But look at this. They want to swing it out. And oh no, that's going to lose them the bomb right as the wall falls. And now Kane has to clutch. And Kane, unable to secure a few picks, will allow defense to be taking that round.
Swarm grenade.
Let's see it now. A new round for these players to be able to pop off. Kane, 14-9. They get a bye. SFU Pink gets a full purchase here, but if they manage to not secure a round, Demigods will have the curve and will have a reasonable chance at tying this game up.
Face your fear.
And there's the shots. What a pick coming out here for Slayer. That's the first blood of the round, and they're gonna just keep walking in. T-Salad able to grab Slayer, however, but Superglow wants vengeance. Out for blood. Will grab United. Consider it an Omen diff, but let's consider this. They have the opportunity to retake still, and they're going to be going in with the satchels. The ultimate. Timothy Johnson, Chromie. It's about time. Grabs the pick, grabs another, but the spray comes through, and Kane will punish, and Wick is going to have to save. And that's it. Pushing these players all the way out. They have really wrapped things up here and managed to prove that once they get rifles in their hands, they will be taking a few rounds as well. And SFU Pink, they're going for it. They're running it down. Look at this. The bunny hops are coming through. They want to get aggressive. The defense. What are they to do, though? We see that SFU is taking a very slow approach to this round. But they're not done. The swing comes through. We can see that A is the object of attraction for both controllers. Having both of them away from the team, where the spike is, you're going to have to see that Omen start rotating relatively quick. There's only 59 seconds remaining. And as I've talked about before, the clock has been the main concern of these teams. And that's why now that they don't have the spike, that's going to be a problem. Timothy Johnson
left.
wanting to move on up. Slayer
There.
might have what it takes to hold it. But wait a minute. Johnson's getting aggro. Spots out one, but where's his aim going? Oh my God, Chromie, no! Super Stew will scare them back. And with 13 seconds on the clock, they will
10 seconds
plant. SFU, they have full control over the site, but they're walking into an Odin, and from a 3v4, it becomes a 1v4, and there's Kane. And he's gone. They managed to get the plant, but sometimes you don't want to get over aggressive, especially when there's the Allfather Odin on the enemy team. And they've managed to turn this game around. They really have. This is the best that we've seen them compete right now. This is the best that we've seen them turn this around. I love the banter that these guys are doing. Wick says, nice KD to Kane. And they both have the exact same KD on the exact same agent. The only difference that Wick, I think, would know as well is Wick has an ultimate where Kane does not. So, with that in mind, let's hope that we're going to be seeing a few picks here. A few entry level damages. Look at that blind, though. Completely staggers and shatters the push up, but Super Glow and Super Stew are still getting the picks. 2v2, and they're cooking. But wait a minute, Super Stew ain't done. Now it's up to the KJ in a 1v2. Now it's up to the KJ to clutch this round. And that's going to be tough as a Viper hit comes through. A full coverage of the site will set aside these teams. And match point advantage is on the line here for SFU Pink. Slowly inching their way up right now. Are they going to be able to find that pick? Of course, with this ultimate, it scares them, but they cannot risk a match point. They have to go for it. And they went, and they failed. Attackers have gotten match point advantage, and SFU Pink is now 1 round away from taking the entire best of 5 series. But will they do it now? Will they finish off the round right here? Or will Demigods at their final buy, their 3, wait a minute, almost 5 ultimates, stop this SFU team from getting into the grand finals? That's the question. The buys are out. Super Glow will get a purchase from his team. But now, look at this play from Demigods. They're stacked. They are getting aggressive. And Kaho is trying to read for it, but United is going to spot him and punish him. But look at this. It's going to be Showstopper versus Showstopper, but the show is stopped by Kane. Neither Raze gets a kill. And that's it. Defense will take it. They're not done. They want to keep going. What a round. But how expensive was that? Only 1 ultimate. Only 2 players. That was cheap. That was chump change for Demigods. And they get to now go into this round with a full buy. You compare that over to SFU Pink, who has to go for another Thrifty. And yes, SFU, they've managed to win Thrifties thanks to the clock. But it's about if they can actually finish this off. I would assume that they need to go for a full save. And may even call a timeout here. A timeout would try to balance everything, because if you look at what they're buying, they are all not on the same page. You have 2 people going for a save and 3 people going for a force.
Marked 1.
And look at that util. Look at that go. They are cooking. They are trying to just run it down. And that's the punishment for running it down. You get run out. And that is Kaho getting the pick and an ultimate now out from the Cypher to get them that information. They're cooking and they want to end this game on a thrifty. They're forcing up right now. They have very limited weapons, but now with killing 2 or killing 1 at least, they have what it takes. But that is a nightfall that is going to fall right on top of the heads of these players. But look at Kane, a pixel away from doming Matt and almost shutting it out for the count. United grabbing Slayer. Kaho sitting up on the box, but let's see if he can peek that pedestal. There it is, a trade-off and a nightfall. Now to make it 1v3, 1 pick. And almost 2 Demigods, barely by the skin of their teeth, by the skin on their weapons, they managed to take the round. Now 3 away from overtime.
Alarm bot out. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
Let's see this now. We do have lots of utility thrown towards Stu. They want to get aggressive here. Demigods did this last round and it paid off by getting the Cypher early. Now Super Stu wants to punish them for that, but unfortunately is eating up bullets. Will they survive? Yes, they will. And they will try to now take a new angle, a new approach to get United, but has to leave. If that Odin starts spamming them, they are gone. But the bomb, it's planted over on C. They've made enough space. They baited out these 3 players, so the retake's going to be pretty tough. And Matt is right around. Demigods has 1 trick up their sleeve. They have the Viper Pit to get some information, maybe even make the space that they need. But Stu is still toying with them, still playing with them. But unfortunately, he's going to have to play a new round later. The Timothy Johnson Chromie getting the back of the head headshot. It will open up another one. But he's blind, just barely able to escape around, weaving and bobbing between Tetris, and he's down. Super Glow, though, but the rest of his team has to hold it down. The bomb is getting stuck, and there's the ultimate to scare him back, but they have to stick. And there's no time.
My ultimate is...
No, there is! 0.09! They're still in the game!
To explode.
Poison's off.
All right, Super Stu. All right, Slayer. All right, SFU Pink. If you want to get in, if you want to end this game, it ain't happening yet. Overtime could be around the corner for this team. Demigods has had a miraculous recovery in this lower finals, but they need to keep it going. We're actually almost seeing some damage dealt with that Odin spam, but eventually you're going to run out of ammo. United on the high ground, spots out 1. Won't be able to connect the shot quite yet. But look at SFU Pink. They know that they do not have the weaponry, yet they have an opportunity to push into C. Kaho, are you going to expect this off angle? Nope, you are not. That's going to be a quick pick for Matt. With 30 seconds remaining, they have to contest this site, and they have to go C. They have to run it down. They can't lose to time again and again and again. They're just holding it, and they want to push right on in. The bomb will get planted for Mound. But they are playing off of Mound, actually. And this is unfortunate. They have to leave the site. The defense of KJ, they have scared them away with just the ultimate. Oh no, Slayer's not out in time. 1 player detained. That might bait them into checking every corner of sight, but look at this ultimate. Look at Wick. Look at Matt.
Enemy remaining.
Bye, Slayer. This could be it. And it is. Demigods is now 1 away from getting this game into overtime. And SFU Pink is stressing out that what is the plan? What is the play? Okay. I see it now. I see the play that they're trying to pull out. And it's going to be SFU Pink bringing the op in the hands
them and kill them.
of the Cypher. If Kaho's op is able to do what they want it to, they shut out this Odin. They shut out the amount of damage that has been tailgating them. But wait a minute, Salad pushing up. A very critical round. Hyper critical, to say the least. And Super Stu punishes 1, but not 2. That's going to be T-Salad walking away without taking any damage. And they even Nightfall over on C. They've used a bunch of their utility. They've dropped quite a few on this team. An op in hand. And a bullet in brain. United able to shut down Kaho. All of the space created wasted on giving up the angle. And Kane, joined by the Omen, needs to get on in, but the Odin is just lined up perfectly, and that's going to be Kane's doomsday. Overtime is on the way. Can we see Super Glow clutch it up? He's hit by a Nightfall. There's not a lot of opportunities. Blind. He's battered. He's beaten. He's beat. Oh no, he's still managing to get high ground, but that gets him out of the cover and into the fire. It's the defense getting us into overtime.
Sides. Overtime.
SFU Pink losing 5 rounds in a row with match point advantage now has to win 2 rounds in a row to bring us into a game that ends. This could be it.
Placing alarm bot.
This is stressful. This is one of the most stressful games that I've seen so far. SFU Pink, what's your opportunity? What's your chance to finish this out? Demigods, wanting to bring us into map number 4, has a reasonable chance at doing so. Only 2 rounds away. And we do have, though, SFU Pink this time on the defense, Demigods this time on attack. They've switched sides again, and on a map like Lotus, side does matter. And Slayer wanting to now push up, taking it slow. Nothing quite happening yet here.
They found
Kaho
Lion.
spawning out the Viper. Is going to force him to stay. T-Salad just toying with him. Making a whole lot of noise. Is going to go with their team onto the B site. And B is where the bomb will eventually end up. United grabs Slayer. No lurking for you.
Spike planted.
And that's a pick. That's a trade. Timothy Johnson is down, but look at the spray. 2 down, 3 down, 1 to go. Super Stu grabs 1, and they're done. Demigods wanting to end this off with a final round. 1 more. They've won 6 in a row. And now we see the timeout. And the craziest thing about this timeout is that it is called by Demigods. Demigods themselves want to know what's next. They want to take a deep breath here. And they more than likely will. They more than likely will succeed in getting us into map number 4. SFU Pink is panicking under the pressure.
There.
But Slayer He's got this. All he has to do is get through this Viper. That Odin has been detrimental every step of the way. The Lurk has been... hiccup. The Lurk has been shut down. The team has been shut out. And it's 12-13. And the timeout is ending. So Demigods, on their way to ending this game, on the way to bringing us into a newfound opportunity, they have what it takes. Look at this, run it down. Look at this fire in their bellies. It's the shots, 1, 2, and done through. Look at that, Himothy Johnson keeping it going, keeping this team alive. Chromie, yes, Chromie. There we go. Kane able to grab a wick, but wait a minute. It's Kaho grabbing one. Himothy Johnson finally is shut down, but it's up to Super Stu to clutch a 1v2 with 3 HP and a bomb now planted. Can he find the way? And Super Stu is not done. But does he have the timing? He has no idea that 2 players are behind him. He's reacting 100% off of the bomb being tapped. And sitting in drop could be a do or die moment. Checking his left. He spots out one, makes this a 1v1. Has the utility to try to scare them back, but he's getting pushed in. He doesn't know that the KJ's following him. And Super Stu, are you going to have the timing? No, you're taking the zip, and no! It's over. But not done yet. Demigods has secured the overtime and brings us to map number 4. SFU Pink still 1 away from taking the cake, but this could be a reverse sweep, and we are going to be seeing what happens next. Here we go. Defense. This time, Demigods. Welcome back, everybody, to the west side of CVAL. Of course, this region has had its ups and downs, but fun fact, Ascent is my favorite map. But are we going to see them actually commit to doing some real damage? I'm hoping that we're going to be seeing some kind of turnaround, some method of shutting these players out. But Demigods has to win 3 rounds, or technically now 2 rounds in a row, to make this game in their favor and to bring them into the grand finals. Demigods had proven that they could do it in overtime with a Hail Mary of a run it down on Lotus. But SFU Pink is still the favored team. And currently, SFU Pink is going to be starting us off on the defense, with Demigods starting us off on attack. Ascent is a map where we're not really going to be seeing any special team compositions either. This is very bare bones. But let's see if these bare bones are going to be able to get a few picks here. I want to see more from them. I want to see a lot of damage being dealt from these players. But it's not going to be easy. Starting it off with a slow round. Nice shot from Slayer. That's going to be 1 down on a wick. We might see another one. Super Stu getting the pick onto Johnson. And Demigods now on the runaway, on the back end, needing to find a new angle to approach this at. Will try to get onto the A side, but that Sage wall is vital. Sage, not your typical pick on Ascent anymore anyways, but looking at these picks on Ascent, we're seeing Matt wanting to get a pick in mid, and will succeed, grab Super Glow. Salad spotting out Slayer, has to go for the reload, but Slayer still wants to just buy some time. But nice, a headshot down. Super Stu grabbing Salad, and that is defense. SFU Pink will be securing that round. Again, SFU Pink, though, they know how to start off strong. It's how they can finish stronger is what we've seen them struggle with time and time again. But they're going to be getting into this round, and I'm excited to see if they can turn it back. But if they have what it takes, if they can cook together, they will be able to succeed. SFU Pink trying to find a few openings here. Will be able to now run it down, but look at that. The smoke comes through. And we're seeing a decent amount of damage, but they're bouncing. They're just going for these picks, and that's going to be Kane grabbing Timothy Johnson down. And T-Salad now pushing on up. Finds their sheriff. They dropped last round, but can they find the pick with it? Looks like they're not going to find anything except for Slayer finding one in top mid, but the trade comes out. It's now a 3v4 defense trying their best to maybe go for some long distance picks, but that Classic is shredding through Super Stu's armor. They're going to try to get their way through. Nice no-scope from Wick. Nicer shots from Kahu and Super Stu, but Matt is now the last player standing. This is the attacker without the bomb. This is the attacker with only a Classic, and this is the attack that matters most. Can Demigods get online? Can they find just the one pick necessary? The answer is no, and that's a team ace, a one for all from this defense. And they make it look easy. They make it look clean. Will that be enough for them? We have a buy round coming out now from both sides. One being a bonus, the other being rifles. And these rifles have the opportunity. They have the options to make some damage. One hero rifle is in the hands of Kane. But the Ares on 2 of these players going for the B spam. That's going to be recognized by Matt. That's going to be told by them to try to adapt to a new position. And we're still seeing Demigods taking it slow. Nice shot from Slayer. The damage penetration of the Outlaw is just so good. But can they find more picks like that? Now it's Timothy Johnson versus Slayer. Trying to get the vengeance for your team. You will succeed. Getting the one tap down. Slayer is gone.
Cover going out.
Seconds left.
Gonna spot some information out. And there it is. T Salad grabs Super Stu. Kane able to grab United.
I got the spike.
And they're keeping this movement. I like the angle that we're seeing. But T Salad getting up close and personal. Actually spots out Super Glow, but you get spotted by Super Glow. That means an Ares is in your face. You're down. 1v3. Timothy Johnson only has a Vandal and only has nothing left. You're gone. Kane just wall bangs you. Doesn't even give you the opportunity to try to clutch.
They had no right to do this.
And that's a bonus round one here by SFU Pink. SFU, the team that's won so many bonuses, barely was unable to finish out this game on Lotus, is now going to have to just pound it through on Ascent. And Ascent could be a quick map if they just keep up this momentum. There we go. Slayer might be able to find a pick. Just kidding. Timothy Johnson holds that W key down anyways. The Guardian in his hands is slaying Slayer, but SFU Pink is not too worried about losing one. They'd be worried if they lose two. They'd be worried if they needed to be, but they're not. They're cooking right now. Another amount of information. They spotted all three down mid, but wait. What is Demigods to do? They've taken all of this space, but they are pinched now. They have no opportunities to push out, especially as the bomb is left all the way near spawn next to the Omen. And with 50 seconds on the clock, we are seeing some conflict over on Catwalk. We do see Silva versus Omen. Smoke will fade, but both players just don't initiate. It's a slow round.
$30 seconds left.
30 seconds on the clock. Smokes will come. T-Salad's grabbing one. Timothy grabs another. These are the picks that they need, but with 20 seconds, they have to hold that W key. Kane can't see. Kane can't kill. And that's going to leave only one Super Glow in a not ideal position, as Demigods is nearly flawless this round. They've taken it slow and it has paid off in dividends. But can Super Glow find one? Close left, you got a Jet, but will you be able to swing in time? You turn around to spot it, and by the time you turn back, there's a Jet in your face and a Guardian putting you in your place. A flawless round from Demigods, and SFU Pink has lost their streak.
Here.
But it's okay. We have a buy round now. Both teams ready to go. We have an op in the hands of Slayer. This is the first time we've actually seen Slayer with an op today. And I want to know... Actually, no. Game one. Back on Breeze, he brought it out, and it dominated. So let's see if they're going to be able to find a few picks. With them slowly approaching, we can see maybe one shot, if possible. Timothy Johnson. Spotting out Kane. Vice versa. They love taking this mid control. The presence is there, but look at that. The Op and Slayer barely misses. It's a pixel off, and that wall will stop him from pushing mid, and no real damage has been dealt. The Sage heals off anything that Slayer might have been tickled with. An A site completely covered. You have an Omen sitting in Wine. You have a KJ sitting in Heaven. Everybody is set up except for mid. And that's where Demigods is stressing all of their points. They want this.
"30 seconds left."
And with a blind now ready, they're going to be executing into A. But do they know about what's going on in Wine? United just barely getting the timing onto Stu. Stu has no idea that United is behind him. But Stu already gets one, gets two. Stu is able to get all of them. It's a flawless round. And SFU Pink shuts it down. But I do know, I think I'm going to be joined by my wonderful co-caster who has just finished casting over on the north side, Jackson 5K. So Jackson, once they're ready and rearing to get in here, I'm excited to have a co-caster. No more monocast for Edu. But let's talk about this next round once we get those people in. Once we get Jackson in here, we should be all good to go. And a shot from Slayer takes out Matt. Might see some more picks like that.
Here.
Slayer should be clean. And what a pick. That's one. That's another spray down. Super Glow able to get these trade-offs, and the shot could come out to finish him off, but there's only two remaining. Salad, can you find an opening to escape? You have an ultimate, you have a bomb, you have the post plant, but you have to get the pre-plant down, and this is how you get a double kill, you get a triple kill, you get all of them. Holy, this could be an ace for Salad. And with the bomb now. Oh, is that Jackson 5K?
The one and only T Salad there with some nasty shots getting that 3K, giving their team a chance to win this at you.
Oh, well, one thing that you give me as a chance to rest my voice is we are going to be seeing Salad putting two people to rest. Do you think it's going to happen?
He has the angle, but right there to support, finds the head.
I mean, that was good. That was good. So let me catch you up on what's been going on here on the west side, Jackson, real quick. Let me catch you up on what's been happening. So SFU dominated game 1, game 2, winning 9-3. Actually, and game 3 in the first half, winning 9-3. Right?
Yeah.
In the third game,
Wow.
Lotus shattered expectations. Demigods won 7 rounds in a row to win overtime.
Man, and I mean, that bodes well for them in this point. They may be losing 1-5 right now, but they are on the attack side of a set, so they still have a chance to come back into this in the second half, as you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say something that's a trade secret here, Jackson. One of the coaches, the coach for Demigods, after the game in team chat went, "How did we win that?" Even they don't know how they mustered up the courage for this. So I'm really excited to see how they continue the series.
Sometimes all you need is a little lady luck and MW1, baby.
Ooh, that's going to be a spot right on Slayer. That op, you're going to have to dash away. Are you going to get out in time? Nice blind. That just saved him so well.
Yeah, the support there from that paranoia. Slayer was looking at death after those shots that we saw Salad hit, but he gets away barely with his life. Exploration now on the other side of the map. They're going to try and push up market, EG.
Nice shot. Kane able to grab Wick, and they're going to just keep holding that W key down. Superglow knows that there's people teleporting around, but the switch is switching up and pushing out. Matt is going to punish for that, and that's going to be Super Stu grabbing Timothy Johnson. But can Super Stu stay alive? The answer is hell yeah. Look at that damage, but Matt is still standing. 1v3. Can this KJ be the killjoy to put all of the joy out of SFU's lead? But look at that. They're spotted. This map is paper mache, and that is a new round and technically a win half for SFU.
Oh man, it all started with Super Stu's beautiful support, keeping Slayer alive. But what I loved most about that round was the discipline coming out from the side of SFU, never getting too aggressive and collapsing at the perfect time when they need to. Once they saw the utility come out of B Garage there, the entire team fully rotated to get those crossfires, Iju, and that the attacking team never made it past the button. They couldn't even press it. They were just taken down.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Demigods right now, and I feel like they're cracking under pressure unless your name is Timothy Johnson. He's him, he's Chromie, and he's finding a new one. Can you find Kaho? All you have to do is take it slow, but the res comes through. You know exactly where you aimed last time, but you're aiming a little bit too high this time. Hopefully, they're going to just hold that W key if they want to get it, but this default is getting a bit too aggressive. They're walking too far away from that bomb.
And the wall comes up as well, so they're going to block off that tree angle. A lot of map control now from the side of SFU. We are going to see Demigods explore up mid again, but that was the trap play last time. This time, though, they may have found that hole, Iju.
Oh, and that hole is going to be the hole inside of Superglow's head. What a headshot down from Wick with the bomb finally picked up. Yep. Now they can rotate, but the wall is slowing him down. Kane is slowing him down. That's what the Sage brings here, Jackson. And that is the opportunity that will set these players alight and give them the motivation that they have to push out. But look at Kane wanting to get aggro. Is going to get punished for it. Unfortunately, not able to get a one tap, not able to get a two tap, not able to get any taps. It's a Slayer one tap to the body. That's T-Salad. That's Stu. That's a triple kill. And that's going to set it up with the United. They only won. Can United do it? You know he can. United, more like you say night-night, as that is defense taking it. Look at that, Jackson. They're cooking. How did they even lose Lotus?
Oh man, and that's just unfortunate. Honestly, for Demigods, they got that pick onto Cade, right? And they were able to pull through, but unfortunately, they didn't have any initiator utility to work into that operator. It was just Slayer was there with the point and click, took them down. Super Stu had the perfect anvil for collateral headshots, and that entire push, it looked like it was going to be in Demigods' favor after he got the pick, but it was flipped almost immediately.
Yeah, they put the flip down, and look at this. Now they're flipping out. Look at that angle. We actually see a wonderful wall for the high ground of Slayer. But with this smoke, it covers enough, but I don't think they're going to expect when they peek up here a just jet with an op in a position that... I don't think that he can dash away, though. I think he's too high up to be able to crouch when dashing, so he has to just go for picks here.
Yeah, I think Wick found a barrel, but Slayer finds the head. Wick's going to go down, and Slayer playing his life just backs up immediately.
Look at Timothy. Timothy now pushing right on up close and personal. He got one on top of Switch, and he's switching up the round, taking out another player. Timothy is down. Now we got Matt wanting to hold down W, but he's holding F in the chat as Kaho gets him gunned down anyways. Only 2 remaining. It's a near flawless round. You might have the util, you might have the info, but you might line up for a collateral. The answer is no. They get it. They shut it down. They're going to just try to get on site, but now it's Super Stu.
One enemy remains.
There's one. Get 2.
Yeah, you need that second one. Oh, Salad finds the second one, though, but Super Stu does clean up, and that's going to be 8 on the board for SFU.
Yeah, I mean, SFU Pink, they're cleaning it up. This is very clean from the side of SFU, and why we're experiencing a new timeout. Now, Demigods has called every timeout today, and they've called 8. SFU Pink has yet to call a single one. So SFU is confident, and it's scaring this coach, Jackie.
Yeah, and honestly, Jackie, if there's something that you need to talk to your team about right now, it is the question of why you have double initiators, but there's no initiation utility until after the operator has found 1 or 2 picks. I think that's way too late. You can't just dry push into that point and click of a weapon, Iju.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a Lucasfilms games right now, but I'm looking at Demigods, and the main thing I'm looking at is they've been sitting on ultimates all day. I remember back in Breeze, they were sitting on Arena Ultimate. They used 1 ultimate the entire game from Arena. They're just underutilizing the kit that they're picking. And if you're going to be locking in an agent, you have to, focus on what all that aspect brings.
Yeah. And honestly, though, 8-1 scoreline, the round's not over. I think if the Demigods are able to get 2 more rounds, this is still a competitive map.
Yeah, I mean, it feels pretty competitive with the way that Ascent is any moment you can turn a 1v3 into a 1v1. It is so common that you get those moments of hype. I think Ascent is the map that most players have practice on. It is the most commonly picked map outside of Haven, and that's not in the pool anymore. So let's see this ultimate.
Oh, Kaho and Slayer will each find one. Now the numbers are dwindling on the side of Demigods. Superstu will find 2 as well. Matt gets 1 for consolation, but it's still a 1v3.
It's just cooking, and a 1v3 turns into a 1v9, 9-1 on the score line, Jackson. And yeah, this is looking pretty clean. I think they are wiping the floor with this team, and I think Demigods is stressed. I think they're, they used all of their energy to try to make it into our map number 4, and I don't know if they have enough to bring us to map 5.
Yeah, I think now, like, there's still 4 ultimates. None of that was being used on that execution. They do have a decent buy here. It's kind of a half buy. I feel like at one point they are going to need to invest those ultimates to try and secure another round.
Yeah, they might have the opportunity to turn some methods around here, but look at Timothy Johnson. Look at this player. This guy's getting so aggro right up against Stu, and the damage is already dealt right through the smoke. We do see the heal, though, the power of the Sage. Now you have ultimates, 1, 2, and there's the pick. They're trying their best to connect the shots, connect the dots, but will they be able to line up the picks? Yes, they will. Look at Kane just running and gunning, grabbing one more. SFU, the retakes are just unmatched. And what is this? Salad can't even run out in time. Only one person fell.
You know what? I will say this. I still love the aggression that's coming out from the side of Demigods. We saw the push all the way into heaven, and who would have known that SFU would have rotated 3 into tree already within 5 seconds, Ichu?
I don't think that you could even anticipate the way SFU holds it down. They love running down angles. I think if you want to think about taking space as a core fundamental, these guys have it down. They have only taken, they've never given up what they've already managed to move up with. So looking at this next round, they have ops, and they're facing off against a full attacking team with, is that 4 Guardians?
Yeah, 4 Guardians. You're going to have to hit 4 headshots, 1 for each Guardian if they want to win this round. No, so much damage that Timothy Johnson has taken from that Odin. Now is already down to 45 HP. A single tag from any of the guns should do it. 5 HP now as well.
Oh,
and there he goes.
Odin. Oh my god. You gotta love Ascent's paper mache gameplay. I mean, it's absolutely great, but Wick will walk out, get the jet, get the opper down, but not really in a proper position to lose the op. Unfortunately, that's a lot of damage taken instead of given.
Yeah, hop down, but at what cost? Now they're gonna rotate into Super Gold, but Super Stu is already there to support. T-Salad, though, with a nasty shot. 2 nasty shots from this guy, Iju.
I mean, T-Salad is absolutely cooking right now. So with those 2 picks, they have advantage. They get to go back B. They know that the team most likely has rotated. So one thing I've seen from Demigods, the one reason they won a round was they took mid control. Incredibly aggressive. So that's exactly what they're going to do again now that they're in the lead. They like going mid. The answer, though, is SFU has answered to it, but now they can't. They don't have the bodies on it, and Kaho is going to be able to cook one. Might be able to get a second one, and look at that. If they just don't line up, they'll be fine, but they're pushed up, and right through the smoke, you're down. You could have waited it out, but that's the half.
Wow, that half ended completely opposite from the way that it started. There was so much util dump, so much Odin spam onto that B garage area. It almost felt like a different round, Iju. It came up to T-Salad hitting those 2 nasty shots to swing the momentum back into their favor. And honestly, I feel like they should just continue to buy Guardians. They're putting in work with that gun. That's probably how they won Lotus, is this W key mentality despite being down 10-1.
Yeah, I mean, they're holding the W key down. They're also holding these rounds quite well. The second they make that space, they keep it. It's very rarely been moved over. A 10-2 half this late into a best of 5. Either Demigods is taking a little bit of a nap, or SFU Pink has just said, okay, no more games. It's time for us to sweat. And they are putting the back sweat tears into this half.
Yeah, but now this time it is the defensive half for Demigods now. They get a slight advantage on Ascent, but like you said, this is one of the most played maps in Valorant's history. Teams have figured out how to play this map on both sides, Iju.
And Will they be able to play it out enough to actually win it? We got United pushing up, and that is a very aggressive play when you're down 8 rounds. But looking at Wick, he's able to get the pick, keeping it moving, and might be able to find Kane as well. But Kane walls it off and lowers the door. And on a pistol round, that means you are not leaving through this side unless you get a lot of time wasted trying to break it. But Super Glow's not going to give you the time of day or the time to look away. It's a headshot down from behind. We might see another, but look at the wall bang. It's T-Salad cooking up again. Slayer, though, cooks up with a 1-tap with the Sheriff. But can he find it? Yes, he can. 1 player remaining. It's T-Salad.
T-Salad now in the 1v3. We see him hit some crazy shots. He's gonna have to do it again. Starts off with 1. Can he find the other? No, he can't. Too many right clicks to take him down. And that's gonna be the pistol round 1 by SFU.
Wow. And look at this. Now it's gonna be 11-2. The insane gap of 9 rounds to have to climb. They did 7 rounds last game. And I can admit it's doable from what we saw from last game. But it's called a 9-3 curse for a reason, not a 10-3, not a 10-2, not an 11-2. So good luck.
Yeah, I mean, they may have a chance here. They have the force buys. Maybe SFU is not expecting these force buys, and they're just going to carelessly push into an Ares, which would do major damage on a round like this, Iju.
I like an Ares, though, for one reason. It's that, again, this map is thin. You can get so much damage out. Even when you retake A, an Ares is good, especially just not having to worry about hell. But looking at attack, looking at what they want to do, SFU wants to end this game. They have a large history of not being able to finish what they start. I think that changes right now.
Spike dropped.
Yeah, playing extra careful, understanding that this is an anti-eco round. And they don't want their economy to be broken right now by a Thrifty when they're looking at match point, Iju.
And if they're looking at that match point, they want to see that on the docket. They want to go up against a rematch here. If they win this lower, it's a rematch against Spartans Esports, which is the highest seed. So this is going to be an insane finals here at the West region. But they have to first just finish off what they started with Demigods.
Major damage right now from that shock dart from Kaho. They're going to try and push up a little bit here, but still a 5v5. Time is ticking now as they try to do this retake. Slayer and Kyle will fight too.
Oh, and they'll find everyone. Super Glow guarding the site with the Guardian with the triple kill. Attack has gotten MAP, match advantage point. That's right, they got the map. They might be as well getting the entire series here. So Jackson, I mean, if you're in Demigod's position, Jackson, what's the plan? Do you just force up? I mean, you have to, but what do you buy?
Placing alarm bot.
I think you buy as much as you can, and you try to go for a gamble push somewhere, hoping that you catch a lurker from SFU, right? Maybe you send 3 out of A like they're doing right now, but unfortunately, SFU has a 3-stack over on A too, so if they can convert 1 or 2 guns off of there, it might help them more than it can hurt. There, Slayer already taking massive damage off of that.
Yeah, lots of damage, but Slayer's not done. Slayer is just going to reposition into mid where they have that range, so you don't have to worry. You can isolate those 1v1s, but going to be running into an issue that the fact Super Stew has been cooking today. And when a Super Stew cooks, all right, it is going to be jam-packed full of flavor. But this guy's got the bomb. He doesn't want to stick around.
But there's still so much map control being taken off of that. They can freely hold that A main angle, and they still have so much Sentinel utility on that B side. But it's just a matter of time of when these other 2 players that are currently on A site, when they fall back. Oh, and Timothy Johnson is going to try and run away from the sonar dart, but gets pinged up by it instead.
Look at this rotate. This is a little bit clean. They're trying their best to maybe find 1 or 2 picks here, but with a wall, high ground advantage given up, are they going to be able to spot out one? Yes, they will. Kane grabs Salad. Kane grabs Matt. That's what we expect from a Sage on Ascent. But now, will we expect Demigods to keep themselves in this series in the winter season? Timothy's helping out by getting 1. The timing's not there for United, and now it's a 3v3. If they have any opportunity, it's right here, right now, if they want to turn this game around.
Yeah, plenty of time to still work with that. The spike just went down. They are able to convert 2 more rifles back into their favor. We have seen these Guardians do work for them, so they still have a chance into this.
That chance is looking clean, but Super Stew makes it a little bit harder. Kane continues, and that is the attackers winning it. SFU Pink has won, and now they're going up in a rematch into tomorrow's grand final.
Man, and I was only here for a little bit, Iju, but just from the 6 or so rounds that I saw, SFU came into this map with so much creativity. I mean, we've seen Ascent played so many times, pro teams, tier 2 teams. Nobody brings out the Sage, and Kane was able to utilize that Sage in such creative ways. The wall up for Slayer to have that op angle over mid, the wall up into the B garage. There was just so many things that they could do to utilize Sage to creating multiple angles, which is not something that you see most teams do on Ascent.
Yeah, but that's all that we have for today. So we're going to send it back to Ravish and Sierra. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.